morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout-out goes to Yusuf Suleiman. He was first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus wins this shout-out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with another review of another neat quadcopter. This is the KF607 folding drone. What is the KF607 folding drone? Well, as the name implies, it is a folding drone. Let's unfold it to show you how. Now, this one here, I have a hard time trying to remember which way to go, but the back ones unfold first on this particular drone. So start with the back and then unfold the front. There's the back and the front. And there it is unfolded. Again, another folding drone. Now, what else is special about this folding drone? Well, it has optical flow stabilization. Okay, it does not have GPS, but it does have optical flow. This is a 1720p, actually it's a 480p camera in the belly of the drone that looks downward. And by looking downward, this drone will automatically maintain hover position in space without your inputs. Okay, similar to what a GPS does, but it does with optical flow. It doesn't have true return to home and landing like a GPS, but it still is easy for beginner pilots to fly because they do not have to learn hovering techniques with this particular drone. It will hover itself. What else is special about it? Well, it supposedly has a 4K camera. Now, when I say 4K, it takes photos in 4K resolution, well, high resolution, 4096 by 3072 pixels. Okay, that's pretty, high resolution imaging. But the video that it takes is 2K video, which is 2048 by 1080p image quality. Also, it can also take 720p selectable through its app. So, you can either go back and forth between 720p or 2K. If you go to 720p using its app, it does have electronic image stabilization in the HFun app. Now, this uses the HFun app. Another drone that I reviewed recently uses the HFun Plus app. Well, this uses the older HFun app, but the HFun app has also been updated to include electronic image stabilization. Now, when you select that, expect to see significant lag on your in-flight video, but if you can fly line of sight with this and you're not depending on the screen for maintaining your orientation on this drone, you can use electronic image stabilization. Now, whether I demonstrate that or not today depends on how long this battery lasts. We'll see if I get a chance to demonstrate that. Other things about it, it does have a lens that moves up or down by using the remote. So you can point it straight down and do rocket takeoffs. You don't need to depend on this 480p camera, belly camera, for looking down. Although you can, using the HFun app, you can switch between these two cameras. But I would recommend instead, if you're going to do rocket mode takeoff, where you shoot straight up and you wave bye to yourself as this goes off into space, I recommend using this high resolution front camera and just pointing it downward. Other things about this, through that HFun app, that new HFun app, it does have optical follow me and waypoints and gesture video control, and again I mentioned electronic image stabilization. How that works we're going to see when we take it out into the field. Other things about it, it has quite a big battery on it. Let me get the battery out to show you here, but it is a 1S 3.7 volt 1800 milliampere hour? Yeah, 1800 milliampere hour battery. And that's predicted to give this thing about 14-15 minutes of flight time. We'll see if that is true. But it is charged. Nothing special here, folks. It uses a little micro USB cable, like a phone charging cable, to charge this battery, so you don't need a special charger for this. I would recommend using a wall charger, though, not your computer. USB for the USB input to this. Computers tend to have lower output power through their USB port, usually around 500 milliampere hour, which is not a lot. I would recommend using a 2-amp wall charger, and that should charge this within a reasonable amount of time instead of hours. You're looking under an hour to charge it. Okay, one other thing. Let's go over the controller. Let's look at this controller. It includes a built-in 3.7 volt 300 milliampere hour battery. You do not need to provide your own batteries for this, such as AA or AAA's. Again, it has its own power inside the controller itself that you need to charge. Again, through a micro USB port right there. Now the buttons on this controller, we do have this is lens down and lens up control, like I mentioned. You know, you can move the lens down and up using that controller there. It does have photo and video buttons here, and these actually do work even with the Wi-Fi turned on. And we do have an on-off switch here, and we have headless mode here. Let me turn, and headless mode is going to give you that annoying beep. Let me turn it off, folks. And we have automatic takeoff and landing button right there. And finally, this is the trim button. You press this, and that puts the controller into trim mode, and then you can center the trim buttons like so, up or down, you know, to smooth out the hovering of the drone if it does tend to drift while it's flying. And you can do that with that. Other things you get in the package, you get a full spare set of propellers along with a screwdriver to help you change those propellers. And you get, as I mentioned, this is charged through micro USB cable, and you get that micro USB cable in the package. Now, one final thing I forgot to mention about this drone, it's very important. This uses 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, okay, to record. There is no SD card slot on the Quadcopter. Okay, a very important point. The images and video are all recorded to your phone, again, using the HFun app via 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Now, why do I say 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi? Why am I specifying that? Well, a lot of drones that come out recently use 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and not everybody has 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi on their phones. This one will work with most phones, okay? So you shouldn't have to worry about getting a special phone to use this particular drone. It will work with most phones. Unfortunately, when you're using 2.4 gigahertz, that tends to also interfere. Well, the transmission from this controller also is on 2.4 gigahertz, so that tends to interfere with the Wi-Fi. So expect shorter control ranges from the controller and shorter Wi-Fi ranges from the drone as compared to what you would see if this was a 5 gigahertz drone. Normally with a 5 gigahertz drone, or Wi-Fi, 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, you can get about 200 to 300 meters FPV range. With this one here, I'm going to guess it's going to be about 70 to 80 meters because of the interference that we get from the controller, the 2.4 gigahertz controller. So, that is the KF607. Let's take it out into the field and see how it flies. So, hope you enjoy this flight. Good morning, Quadcopter 101, and we are out at one of my favorite flying fields again with the KF607. So let's start it up. This folding drone needs to be unfolded first off. So to do such, we need to fold, let's see, which one goes first? I think the forward ones. So let's unfold the forward ones, and then the rear ones. Actually, it's the other way around. Rear and then forward. This folds it open is it. So there it is, all ready to go. Let me get a picture for a thumbnail. Okay, let's put it on the pad and turn it on by holding down its on-off button right there. Okay, this is the HFun app, the original HFun app, available on Google Play and iTunes, and we notice we're connected by the M8 4K there. Now, the first thing we want to do is calibrate its gyros, and you do that by pressing calibrate while it's on a flat level surface like that. And calibration is completed. Now, we want to go into master mode, not flight mode, since we're controlling it with its controller. We're going to do it through master mode and hitting start, and we should have FPV video here shortly, and there we go. Now we're going to start the video recording by pressing the video recording button. Let's see if it actually starts. No, yep, there we go, it's recording, and it says it's in flight mode. Again, I want to be in master mode. Submit. And then we're going to start the motors by pressing the automatic takeoff button. And let's see if it'll hold its position using that optical flow. And it is. Okay, with that, let me get in front of it. Sync up the camera. And say, how do you like my shirt today, folks? So that's it there. First off, let's see if it'll hold its position with altitude. So let's go up a bit higher and see where it starts to drift. Going up, 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 up. Slowly climbing, showing you its camera. I still got FPV reception. We're about, I don't know, 10 meters up, something like that. That is, and it's drifting a little. But let me rotate while we're up there, show you the camera. It's drifting even more when you rotate, of course. So, camera does look good. Kind of look good on my screen, actually. So let's come down lower. and try out the other features of this drone. So this supposedly has follow me. Now, one thing I notice right now is I am full forward pitch. That's its full maximum speed in forward pitch. And it says you can adjust it, but you can adjust the rates only if you're flying with the app. The app will enable you to change the different rates and the maximum pitch of the drone. Unfortunately, the controller, there's nothing on this controller to change maximum pitch angles for speed. So that was it, folks. Again, let's show you that. That's max speed of this drone. You know, don't go any faster than that. But let's get back into the picture, into the view of the drone, and let's select these features in the upper right corner. And namely, I want to try, first off, palm control. Because the palm is submit. Palm control. Let's see, Z. Oh. I think I gotta select that red bar there, but it's noticing it. Let's select that. Let's try it again. Red bar, you gonna get it? There, it recognizes my face. Let's move it around. Let's see if it follows it. I don't know. How about master mode? Let me step back, see if it recognizes me. It's coming out of palm mode. And let's submit. Master mode. And there I am. Let's hit that and turn it to red so it recognizes me. And let me slowly walk. Let me give it a chance first to see if it'll actually follow me. I'm not so sure about the follow me working. Okay, let's try it again. Again, this might be a function of my particular phone not being able to do this. Okay, it's drifting over here a bit. Let me get into the picture again. It's showing me again. I'm showing up red, so it should be following me. It should. But will it? Well, I'm not so sure about that, folks. It's tracking me, but it's not causing the drone to follow me, and it's probably because I'm flying it with the controller. So let's try, we're going to land it here shortly, because I want to try these features using the phone only to control it. So I'm going to stop the video right there, and we are going to land. Oh, before I do that, let's lower that gimbal. I didn't show you that. There's a gimbal coming down, max down. Let's get under it. Start that video recording again. Video recording and pressing up and going into space. Rocket flight. So that's rocket. With the angle of the camera max up. Can I bring that camera back up again? Yes, I can. A little too high for my taste. And coming back down. So that worked. Obviously, let's try those advanced features, but I'm going to need, again, to use this use the app only to control the drone. I don't think those advanced features are going to work just using, let me land it, just using this controller. So let's go back to the pad, and we're going to switch to the controller. So hold on, folks. Okay, we are in phone app mode. We're going to control using the phone, and I am going to start recording, video recording there, and we're going to hit takeoff and stop takeoff. Hold on. Stop. Why aren't these guys turning? Hold on. Let's try that again. Hitting start. Let's give a throttle and see if that helps it. Ah, there we go. Giving it throttle did it. Okay, for that automatic takeoff. Let's get into the picture. And we got to go a bit higher here. And sync up the camera. Okay, cameras are synced. And let's switch to master mode. Submit. And I'm showing up and then hitting the red button. Let's see if it'll follow me now. Will it turn? Yeah, it's working now. So again, to use this follow me command, you need to be using phone control only. The follow me does not work, or the tracking does not work unless you're using the phone. If you're using it with the controller, it will not turn like that. And the effectiveness of this follow me is has something to be desired, but it actually is kind of doing it. At least it turns toward me wherever I go. So that is working. So let's come out of master mode, go back to flight mode. And what I want to try next is this one here. This is its waypoint ability. Let's try that. So there's forward, then it goes to the right, and then it goes back, and that'll be that. Let's try it again. Let's go forward, forward, and forward, and to the right, to the right, to the right, and it's going off to who knows where. Into the trees. Come down, come down, come down. There we go. So it's hovering over here in the trees. We're going to come out of this mode here and go back to control mode, which is by pressing that button there, we can do that. And let's rotate it to the right or to the left, pushing forward, and we want to get out of these trees. And again, I'm flying this strictly with the controller. So, and letting go. So, you know, if you're going to fly this, you probably want to use the phone. The phone seems to provide more oomph. You know, I'm at 100% pitch right now. And let me demonstrate that. Let's go forward pitch. Now it can fight the wind, and it can move when using the phone. But again, that's one of the things I wish they would have included with the controller, the ability to adjust the rates of the drone. Let me go up a little bit higher. Which way am I pointing it? That way, so I've got to turn to the right to come back toward me. Turn to the right, turn to the left, pushing forward. Phone control of the KF607. It can be done. A little sloppy though, using the phone. So, okay. I haven't done photos yet. Let's bring it over. Sync up the video one more time. And stopping the video and then going up a little higher. And let's take a photo. I hope that took. Try it again. I am pressing the photo button, but I'm not hearing snapping. I don't know if it's actually working, but I'm trying. Okay, I got a slide bar on the bottom here. What is that slide bar for? Well, that's probably video. There's the picture. It takes a while for the picture to download, folks. So, one more time. One more time. So, there we go. Okay, what haven't I done yet? Let's go back into this mode here. I haven't demonstrated the different white balances that are available. Let's switch to one of them. We'll switch that. The pictures are still downloading that I took. Let's try that. White balance. Different colors. That one. I'm not seeing much difference. Well, there we go. Now I am seeing much difference. Black and white. Odd. Well, that one's infrared. Got an infrared one. That's not real infrared, folks. That's simulated. And let's go back to that normal. So those are the different features that you get with white balance on this. And it does have headless mode for those of you that want headless mode. Let me start the video again. But we'll switch to headless mode right now. And pushing forward, let's see which way is the forward position of that. Notice it's flying sideways. And if I rotate, it doesn't matter which way I point it, that is always forward and behind me is always back. So let's bring it toward me like that, and then go up and away. That's an up and away using headless mode. It's one of the things I like to use headless mode for. One of the few things that comes in handy. So let's pull it back toward me and get it away from the pole and bringing it back down again. Lowering throttle. Too much. Giving it throttle. I think I hit the stop button by accident. So let's put it there. Let's see if I can do a hand launch, folks. I'm curious. Hand launch. So starting the motors, takeoff. Actually, I think we're out of power right now. I think that was it. That was the battery power. Let's see if we're flashing. Yep, our lights are flashing. So that's the end of its flight time, folks. That was its flight time. So that's the KF607 optical flow flyer. One thing about it is, again, its controller doesn't allow you to utilize the advanced features of follow me, but the follow me is kind of iffy. Again, its controller doesn't have different rates. Okay, if you want to go fast, you can't do that unless you fly it with the app only. So that's another con that I got on it. But other than that, it is reasonable, good beginner's drone. Again, if you're flying it with the controller, if you're on a windy day, that would be my concern. Is if you're on a windy day with low pitch, you will not be able to fight the wind unless you have greater pitch. But on a windless day like today, it worked reasonably well. So KF607, hope you enjoyed this flight. Quadcopter 101, signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.